Max and Larry. I am Larry, and this is Max. We have so many great things working. We apologize. We were running a little late. I just got off the phone. I had 2 quick phone calls, and I had a meeting today, so we had some great things that we're working on. So thank you so much for joining us. We will say hello to everybody in the chat, but before we do that, let's all say hello to Max. Max, how are you doing this evening?
Doing good. Looking forward to talking about a lot of things, and I'm going to point out something I saw on CMC that some other people probably saw as well. But without further ado, let's have a good show. Back to you, Larry.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to hit my share the screen right here, and we're all set with that. And now we're going to read some of the comments, and we'll get into what Max wants to show you on CoinMarketCap. And also, let me just adjust this camera just a little bit. There we go. And Patches is happy to be with you guys. He's all nice and comfortable. Somehow we got his face on there better. He's a beautiful dog. We have a very special guest tonight. We have the, I don't know how many people are coming, but there's going to be the dev team from the project. It's called Rolodex. I think it launched a little while back. I don't think too many people heard about it. I'm not sure exactly. I think they had some, influencers promoting it, but I don't know if they had the right ones because I didn't hear too much about it. But, you know, now they're with us because Common Sense is invested in it. So we'll see how they look. And also, we would be happy to make some suggestions if they need to improve in any areas, because that's the type of nice stuff that we like to do. Okay, so let's say hello to everybody here. Welcome. First, congratulations. You've won absolutely nothing. Congratulations, Michael Cornwell. He says, yo, we are going to give stuff away soon. We're trying to make sure we stay in compliance with YouTube. And we just frankly haven't had enough time to put together a giveaway. So you guys, let us know in the comment section. Do you want crypto or do you want an NFT? So if you want to win crypto as part of a giveaway, write crypto. If you want a nice NFT possibly, you can write NFT. This is for a giveaway in the future. Okay, not tonight, but in the future soon. Common Sense says hit that like button before you come on. Yes. Rolodex. Yes, my Rolodex welcome. So, you know, Common Sense believes strongly in Rolodex. So we're here tonight at 9:30. They're going to come here and we're going to see if everybody else likes, if there's anybody else in the community that would like to explore investing in Rolodex possibly. Because Max and I are not invested in right now, but we will take a look at them tonight. And Max has done some research as well prior to this, of course. Okay, so Tim Shea says, hey, he said it the right way with an H-E-Y.
Hey to Michael Cornwell, and hey to Common Sense, and a big fat hey to Tim Shea.
Patch is just such a beautiful dog. Look at it. You can see his face. Finally, it's better. The studio is going to get even better. So Common Sense says, Maximus, the professor of crypto, and Larry, the realist. Okay, thank you. So Selma Fudd says, crypto talk now with the pound, right? Michael Cornwell says, hello. People are retweeting some tweet there. Okay. Michael Cornwell says, yo, Common Sense. Sup, Tim. Is this a super chat? Is he playing games with us? Did he just put the... Is that a super chat? Because it's not changing color. I'm just looking at it. You see that? 99 cents? Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that's a super chat. That would have bought us a Whopper back in 1995. Oh,
well, we appreciate it, but for some reason, it's not showing up as a color. It's just, there's no...
No, it shows up on YouTube. That's a super chat. So thank you, Mr. Michael Cornwell.
This is the reason why I'm hiring Johan back, because for some reason...
I'm going to take that, and I'm going to travel back in time, and I'm going to go to Burger King, and I'm going to use that 99 cents to buy myself a 99-cent Whopper in Oregon, because there's no sales tax there, so I'll actually be able to get the Whopper.
For some reason, I'm going to look at YouTube right now, but for StreamYard, it's not showing the color. It's not showing... Sorry, I got to turn this volume off. So let's look at what's going on in YouTube. I'll spy on you guys for a minute. We got, we only have 47 people in here. What's going on? Nobody likes me anymore. I know you guys like Max, but I got to take away Patches. He's beautiful, but we're going to add him to the bottom. We can see Max better. Nobody likes me. They just like Max. And of course, no, how could you like Patches? He's an innocent dog. Okay. So we're going to skip this ad. We don't need the revenue because it's just probably a fraction of a penny. Okay, so here we are.
I have some comedy to share with you guys. I'll have to do some share screen on this. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep this thing going. But if you guys are interested, I am trolling a spammer, and the spammer is a complete dunce. And if you guys are interested to see the conversation, I'll be more than glad to show with you.
Michael Cornwell says, or I'm sorry, Tim Shea says, hey, Michael, the Michaels. Boundless tells it all, says she wants an NFT. Tim Shea says he wants crypto. Tim Shea says he wants to be a Rolodex. Oh, he wants to learn more about the Rolodex whale tier. Maybe he's a whale there. Common Sense wants an NFT.
Well, technically, they don't call it whale tier. They call it whale tank, like the show Shark Tank. You know what I mean? It's like the same concept. Yeah.
Yeah. Michael Cornwell says it's a 99-cent super chat. You can't type anything. Okay. Thank you for that. Dorville family says, hope all is well with you, brothers. I want to know the time of the burn will begin for Luna Classic tomorrow. Well, I think that the vote is just going to go through, but I don't think they're going to announce a time or even a date for the burn. Ricky says, hey. Michael Cornwell says, yo, Slick Rick. So there we go. So,
Lottie Dottie, we likes to potty, right?
We need a little bit more. If you guys could help us out with, we got 19, so that's pretty good. But there's 72 people in here. If you guys could do us a favor, I didn't have time to put this even on Twitter, or no, maybe I did a long time ago. I scheduled this thing last week, and supposedly there's going to be a whole bunch of people here from Rolodex, right? They're going to come here. No, it's whale tier if you hold 500,000. Okay.
Right. Well, you would know compared to me, so I'll take your word on that one.
Ricky says, hello. Let me pull this up to see who's messaging me on Twitter real quick. I don't think there's anybody. Oh, no. It was just the leftover. Okay, leftover message. And so what do you want to show us on CoinMarketCap, you said?
Yep. It'll be real quick. But something that I think other people need to see too.
Actually, let's go a little bit more because I don't want to go past it. We're not at the 10 minutes. I'm sorry. I guess we still have to say hello. Tim Shea says, have you used that yet? Common Sense. Michael Cornwell, Lottie Dottie, we likes to party.
We like to talk about crypto now. We don't want to mess with anybody, right? Anyway.
Moon Force General, Humpty Dumpty, High IQ QT.
And we're getting all the 90s hip hop in here. We're getting Humpty Dumpty from whatchamacallit, oh god, I can't even think of it now. Anyway, yeah, Humpty Dumpty, we got Slick Rick. Who's next?
All right, so we got
Digital Underground. That's who he was from. Digital Underground.
Dorville family says, Larry and Max, my daughter Gabby says hello to you guys. Oh, hello, Gabby. If you're watching on a big screen TV, I'm thinking that you're watching it with your dad, the part of the Dorville family. And thank you so much for supporting us. So
yes, hello, Gabby. Thanks for watching with us, and hope that you can learn from some of the experiences that we have here.
So we're gonna try to keep the language clean because it's a family show. I'm gonna try not to swear. So there you go.
Then I am going to share that troll conversation some other time, even though there is no bad language, but there's a little risque. But we'll say that for another day. Yeah,
we'll save it for another time. All right. So Morgan says, all in on Dogecoin Mars, 2.5 billion. Okay.
Wow. All right.
Common Sense says Tim Shea Wednesday a project will do a private A to whales. Tim Shea says thanks, and then and thank you to Common Sense. Oh, look at that. He wants us to recognize we have a younger member of our family. A special hello to part of the Dorville family. Hello to Gabby. Gabby, hi. How are you? Look, here's what you want to be in life. You want to be grateful, right? You want to have gratitude in life, right? I don't know how old you are. She's probably like a college student. I don't know if you're like 7 years old or however old you are, but this is good for if you're 97 or 7 to be gracious and thankful in life, right? There's a good lesson.
So thanks to Common Sense for the $10, and thank you for also taking the time to recognize Dorville family's, literally his family, which is Gabby.
And Gabby, what do you think about Patches? Isn't he a beautiful dog? If you think he's a beautiful dog, if everybody thinks Patches is a beautiful dog, just type Patches in the chat. Patches. If you like Patches. If you think he's annoying, we won't have him anymore. But I think he's just so beautiful. He's such a beautiful creature. All right, so there you go. And Patches is a dog. He's a boy dog, and he loves crypto, I guess. We're gonna pretend he does. Oh, Gabby's 8 years old. So look, I was a year off. Okay, so there you go, Gabby. So we appreciate you watching with your family. I think it's your dad. Michael Cornwell says email show group the Facebook link. Oh, thank you. Okay, let me just. That's important. Okay. He's got it ready. Excuse me. He's got it ready already. I had to wolf down some food. You know, at McDonald's feels so good. And Gabby, you probably like Happy. You like Happy Meals, Gabby? Look, I always wolf down McDonald's, and afterwards, it makes me a little tired. Well, I'm not too tired, but it makes me a little like, okay, I ate too much. I had a Big Mac, I had French fries, and I'm in the South. Up north, they don't have this, right? I had sweet tea, and it wasn't very sweet. There was something wrong with it. Look, Big Mac, sweet tea, large fry. And also I had a double cheeseburger. And just recently, I wolfed down 2 apple pies. I guess I was a little hungry. I haven't been eating too well lately because I've been so busy. And I was super, super hungry. Does Gabby, can somebody buy Gabby a Happy Meal at some point in the Dorville family? Because she's a good,
Well, you know what? Maybe tomorrow, at least here in the, in Arizona, they have the Wednesday special where you get 2 Happy Meals for the price of 1.
Oh, here we go. We got some exciting news, guys.
That's a cool story, bro. Moment.
We have breaking news right here. Michael Cornwell. Shout out to Michael Cornwell. Everybody super chat Michael Cornwell. I don't think we can do that. But look what Michael Cornwell created in just like one day or something. It probably took him like 5 minutes because he's such a super duper Facebook guru. Look at this. He created our own Crypto Talk Now Facebook group. How about that?
Hey, I'm going to go join that right now.
Here's the link for it right here. Isn't that cool?
I'm going to go join that right now.
That is so cool. So there it is. So there's Charles T. Jones. I'm heavily invested in the Deeper network, but also that's making moves I don't agree with. I use crypto.com at mostly Facebook, home of the Crypto Talk Now show. Feel free to post things in the group, crypto related. Please, brother, keep the spam out, blah, blah, blah. So he updated it. Mike Wayne, he's updated How about that, guys? So you guys can join the Facebook group. Is that good? Okay. All right, so let's keep going. So thank you again. Let's recognize Common Sense one more time. Thank you, Common Sense, to saying hello to somebody joining our family here today, part of the family. Look, it's supposed to be a kid show, but sometimes, Gabby, sometimes I say bad words. I'm sorry for that, but look, I am human. Look, I have children myself, so I know I got to be a good example. Okay, but sometimes it's hard. All right, so Gabby, I'm not a role model. Gabby, okay, she's 8. Michael says email, show the group. Okay, there it is. We showed the group with the link. So I guess I can drop the link. Maybe. Can I drop the link in there? Will I get shut down? Will Facebook? I mean, they're not going to shut me down, are they? Am I allowed to put a link in my own chat? Let's see.
The whole idea that you even have to mention that is pretty pathetic. If you think about it, you know what I mean? Like, do we not live in the United States of America? I mean, like, somebody pinch me. I mean, am I in
I'm half
a third world, communist country? I mean, what is going on?
I'm half joking, but okay.
Yeah,
so
but, I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Let's see here. So Max says Patches Inu. Michael Cornwell. Everybody loves Patches. Look at that. Oh, we know what? He's a beautiful dog. Let's bring him up. He's cleaning himself right now. Okay, he has his paw's a little itchy or something. Okay, Tim Shea says Patches. Morgan says Patches. Look at this. Balmus tells it all. Patches. Oh, look, he's looking. He's like, what? Why are you calling me, Larry? I'm right here. Beautiful dog. Look, he's so well behaved. Patches. Everybody says Patches. Dorville says Patches. Michael Cornwell says just the beginnings, but yeah. Big time treat. Do you guys hold Luna and Luna Classic? Well, I don't think either one of us now hold Luna. I don't, but we both hold Luna Classic.
Well, we hold it from the airdrop. That's about all we hold, probably.
Oh, yeah. I got 0.23 of one coin.
I have 5.25. I should have about 15 in KuCoin never fix that, and they probably won't,
I
unfortunately.
don't.
But I'm not sweating it.
I haven't figured out. I guess I could add the contract to my MetaMask and my Trust wallet and see if they're going to give me an airdrop in there. But who knows? Zap Saw says, "Hey Larry and Max, greetings. Here's the Facebook group if you guys want to check it out and join the group. Right now there's 5. I'll refresh it. It looks like there's 5 members of the Facebook group right now. Here it is right here. Oh, Ricky. Oh, look at that. Ricky jumped on there. Look. Ricky jumped on there and says, "Hi guys." Look, I'll like it right there. Oh, I got to sign into Facebook. Okay, I guess I need to create a Crypto Talk Now Facebook sign on. All right, so Ricky joined. Isaac, aloha. Aloha means goodbye, doesn't it?
No.
Yeah, aloha means goodbye in Hawaii. Isn't that what they say in Hawaii? Goodbye to people? Aloha? Let me look it up. It's like a common misconception. Now I'm wondering. Aloha meaning. What's the aloha meaning in English? Greeting. Aloha. Friendly and attentive. What a great time. What is the real meaning of aloha? Okay, so here it is. Here's your. I hope that Gabby is because this is important for her to learn this stuff. Because you guys know what it means. I don't know what it means. Okay, so I thought it meant hello, but I thought the old joke was it really means goodbye. But the presence of breath. So what's the real meaning of aloha? The term aloha derives from proto/hyphenated Polynesia and dates back to the early 1800s when broken down the literal translation of the phrase to alo meaning presence and ha meaning breath. Together, the word aloha translates to the presence of breath or breath of life.
See, here's the thing, and that was very nice that you shared that.
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't put that on the screen. I'm sorry. I was trying to read that for you. There it is. Sorry, go ahead.
So here's the thing, and I'm glad you shared that with Gabby and the Dorville family and all our listeners and so on. But the fact remains that if I shared that, it would be a simple, cool story, bro, and on to the next topic.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to. It's hard for me because I'm looking at this screen over here, and I'm pulling up and reading, trying to prep, the next thing we might talk about because it changes on the fly. And also, I'm looking at comments, so I'm looking at like 3 screens at the same time. Okay, so Dorville. Well, anyway, he says, "Aloha, guys. Bone will be scarce in a few months. Buy the bone." Dorville family, my Luna Classic airdrop. Wow, that's a lot. You got 474? Wow.
Wow. You must have. Wow, I don't even know what to say. Nice.
Yeah. How many Luna Classic did you have in order to get 474 Luna 2? Isaac, hey, if anybody's here from Rolodex, well, anybody else from the community, I know that Common Sense is here. If anybody else is here from Rolodex, please type in Rolodex and see if you guys are here early. All right. So, wait a minute. Aloha means goodbye and hello. Yeah, it seems like the literal translation is the presence of breath of life. So it's like a greeting. And I guess also something you say, to them when you're leaving, like goodbye, hello.
So we're at the 19-minute mark. Is there anything else you want to take a look at before we get into the Rolodex AMA?
Sure. Did you have anything, or do you want me to look at it?
Well, I was just saying. I mean,
I got something for you. If you don't, okay. So here,
you always do.
Oh, look, this is what I was talking about earlier. If you guys didn't see the earlier show, how much Luna Classic do you hold? Max, say this. Repeat what I said. Dorville family.
I'm not repeating squat what Larry's saying. I'll put that way.
Million.
No, I ain't repeating squat what he's saying right now. Sorry.
Right now, 60 million. Welcome to the.
Larry's got too much on his mind. So even if I repeated what he said, like let's say all this time he's wanting me to repeat what he says. So even if I repeat what he would say, he wouldn't even hear it. You guys would hear it, but he wouldn't hear it. So there you go. Great
news about tomorrow. That reminds me of what I have on my mind. So tomorrow, starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I just proved my point. Did I not? Did I not just prove my point? I just proved my point. So I'm not going to repeat what he said. There we go. I'm done talking about it.
Johan came here for an assessment and he wrote down all the things that we need to improve the studio. So tomorrow he's going to start working full time again. Right now I have a commitment of 1 month because we'll see how long it takes, but he has to revamp some of the things in the studio. So he's going to do that. He wrote down a list of some software and some hardware upgrades, hardware being first, some like, or physical things like the green screen, different things we need to change. So it's going to be great. It's going to be fun. The quality of the show is going to get better. And also he's going to be helping me with some of the show prep in terms of news and charts. And he can have all that queued up and ready to go for me. And, of course, Max does that too. Max is the primary researcher of the tokens before we do the AMAs. Okay, so right here, guys. So this is important to think about. This is a basic chart because this is all you need to look at is one chart. You don't need to look at several charts when you're trying to talk about the overall market. So what I was showing you, I'm very familiar with this time period, and I'm sure a lot of you are, was this day right here. It's hard for me. So there it is. Oh, nope. Just trying to be very fine about it. Can I get that one day? Just slightly touch the mouse. There it is. Okay. So you see that date up on the screen? Hopefully you guys can see it's a little small maybe for your screen, but I'm seeing it pretty good. So that's November 13th, right? Excuse me, November 13th, 2021. So that was a very important day. That day right there, I remember, was the day of the Vegas event for Saitama. So a lot of people were upset because, like I was just, disappointed. I thought Saitama was coming out, right? All that stuff, top 5 exchange, top 10 exchange, whatever. Okay, but keep in mind, just to be fair to Saitama, we were close to being the top of Bitcoin. Bitcoin was around 69 at the top. So here's the rhetorical question. Is this a good time to buy? So when people are all in here buying, everybody's buying. You can even say down here in July, everyone's buy. There was a pullback here in the end of September, but then just shot right up, right? So what I'm saying is you have to kind of treat this market differently. So back here, we were in the bull run, right? This was the bull run period. So the bull run was like September through mid-November, and then it just started going down, but things were still, we were at a top right here, right? Around like before Thanksgiving. And now we just went down, right? So then here we are right here. This is the present time around whatever, 22,000. What is it now? 21,952, almost 22,000. So the question for the audience and for Max, I'll let Max answer it. Are we closer at this point in time on June 14th, 2022, are we closer to the bottom of the market overall, or are we closer to the top? What would you guess? Educated guess.
I don't know. I'm not going to say either or at this point. Sorry.
All right. So right now, I would say that we're closer to the bottom. So to me, this is less risk involved because we're closer to finding a bottom at this point. Because look at where we were right
That's why
over
I'm going to say I don't know, because I mean, there's so much volatility. See, I wanted to point out something. Shucks, we only got a couple of minutes, but it's all right.
Well, we got 6 minutes. What did you want to point out? You can show it.
You could just do it yourself. You got the page up, so just go to the main page of CMC, and I'll point out real quick. Why don't you take that long?
All right. Well, while we're doing that, everybody in the chat, I'm going to point that out. Everyone in the chat, tell me if you think we're closer to a market bottom or a top at this point in time. Okay. Top of the page.
Just click on where it says coin market cap or cryptocurrencies.
Right here.
Just the main page. Yep. All right. So guys, don't you see something that is missing? Let's see. I'll give you guys like, I don't know, 1 minute. Tell me what was the major thing on the main page that's no longer there. If you're a frequent user of CMC like myself.
The overall market cap.
Well, you just gave it away. I was going to give him, doing the game.
Okay, sorry.
As usual, Mr. Larry looks squirrel. That's okay. All right. So yeah, he gave it away, but that's fine. Yeah, it's the overall crypto market cap. So again, who owns CMC? Binance, right? And so what do they love to do? They always love to change the narrative, right? We always hear that thrown around quite a bit. So literally, they're changing the narrative. They realize that, I guess, supposedly showing that big highlight of the overall crypto market cap tanking below, well below a trillion, might hurt. Oh, you're okay.
Oh, I'm listening. You're talking about it being missing, and you're talking about the overall market cap would give the impression. What
Yeah.
were you saying?
Nah, we're done. It's all right. Let's go on a different topic.
No, I'm listening. I'm just setting up what I'm going to talk
No,
about
I
next.
hear
That's
you.
all.
I'm just showing people, but the visual's gone, so kind of nerfed it. So it's cool.
The visual is gone. It's right here. I was going
That's
back into
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me push another button for you. There you go. Okay. What were you saying? Let's go back to what you were saying. There's the visual. I didn't know you needed the visual at that point.
Well, it's just, I mean, there's a delay. I mean, maybe somebody just coming in. I mean, but anyway. So I'm just stating, guys, I mean, that is no longer there anymore. And as a result, it's like, the significance behind it is, now you have to go to the very, very top of the page, and now it shows the market cap. It doesn't literally show you, like, the market's down 15%, 20%. You know what I mean? Like, those are the
Yeah.
things that I personally would always reflect upon. And now you can't really do that. Even if you go to click on where it says market cap at the top, I mean, it's like, it's just a few more extra steps you have to go to just to get the information you need in regards to that. So, instead of just saying a quick, like, oh, it's down 15% on the 24-hour volume, it's like you got to go through all these extra steps, and it's just kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Maybe they changed their
that's all.
format.
Yeah, we don't need to put a lot of focus on it. That's it.
So that, yeah, 19. I see that. Yeah, it's interesting. Maybe they did it because they didn't want to highlight the fact that the market is, in a downturn right now, and so they
That's
wanted to take
exactly
the
why they
focus.
did that. Yeah,
They
that's
wanted to take the
exactly why they
focus.
did that.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
want to take the focus off.
yeah, they feel as though that's going to affect, people buying into it. And of course, since, they run the largest exchange in the world, aka Binance, and they own CMC, that their attitude is like, we're going to hide this. But again, what I'm trying to say is they set the narrative for CMC, just like they, like the politics involved, hence
Yeah.
Saitama in the past, hence Hex, right? The politics they're involved. It's just another negative thing I do not like about CMC.
Yeah. I got you. I'm just queuing up some of the stuff for Rolodex because they're going to
Yeah,
come
that's
on
fine.
in
I
a
understand.
second. Because I didn't have time to put it up there. So Rolodex. Let's see. Yeah, well, we don't need to highlight the fact that market's down because people are going to get scared, I guess. That's what maybe they're thinking that right now. But we're closer to a bottom than we are a top. So if you can find the right micro cap or mid cap or large cap coin, token, whatever it is, maybe entity project, I don't really know. Staying away from those. But we're closer to a bottom. So if you can dollar cost average some things, I'm still waiting because I'm very greedy. I mean, I think that, it's green right now, right? It's green right now. There's some, there's a, it's kind of like a blip in the radar, but I don't expect this to last. So it's just one day.
No.
There has to be some kind of green. It can't be red every single day. All
Right.
right.
Just like
So,
there's not going to be green every day. So, I mean, eventually things will go back up a little bit.
yeah. All right. So I guess we're going to have Rolodex come on in a few minutes. They're going to be going from 9:30 to 10:30. I'm sorry. That was a mess up. 9:30 to 10. That's it. So half hour. We'll find out about them. We'll ask them a couple questions and we'll see what they have going on with their project, learn more about it, see who was promoting it, that kind of thing. We'll close this out. We don't need to talk about Bitcoin right now because we got Rolodex. Guys, help us out. We only got 43 likes. So I'm not going to let these guys come on here with just 43. At least give me 44. I'll close it right here. All right. So they're going to come on. It looks like there's just one guy coming on. Zach, if you're ready to come on, Zach, just give me the thumbs up. With a little delay. Okay. He's ready to come on. So we're going to bring him on. I'm going to take down this comment and we're going to bring him on in just like 5 seconds here. We'll bring him on. All right, we're bringing him on now. How you doing, Zach?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate it.
Okay, cool. Thank you for being here. So, you're
Yeah,
the
nice
are
to
you
meet
the
you.
main dev for? Oh, this is Max. Are you the main dev for Rolodex?
I am. So it's myself and my good buddy Tyler that are the co-founders, but he's putting out some fires right now, so I'll be riding solo tonight. Actually, Scott, one of our heads of new talent acquisition, may be joining us as well. But for now,
Okay.
I'm just riding solo.
You mean like Scott Herman, the YouTuber?
Scott Herman, yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So we got that. Let me just take this off here. Where is it? I'm going to take this one thing off. So tell me a little bit about yourself. How long have you been involved with crypto?
Yeah, of course. So on the investment side, I mean, it's been a handful of years now. Obviously, started when the market was significantly different than this, right? About 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and got into the development side about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. Um, I my background is in marketing and finance, so it's two things that went very well with the crypto space, with startups, and the early DeFi space, where it's basically just a bunch of startup companies that require some hype and marketing and a good structure. And I bring a lot of the entrepreneurial aspects into any project that I'm in. So I mean, I run them like
Yeah.
a business, and
It's nice.
it's.
No, I was going to say it's nice that you have that background and that you've been an investor first. And I also like the fact that you have this little chat here, so that shows that you have a way where people can, reach out to you if they have questions, investors or whatnot.
Oh,
So
definitely, yeah. And this site right here, I mean, it has that all information, but this is being replaced shortly with our web app. I don't know if you have had a chance to look at the Rolodex Telegram bot, which is the service provider bot. That's
mhm.
where you can go on and hire influencers, designers, developers, basically anything that's needed in the early DeFi space.
Okay.
I mean, just because people are being scammed left and right. And
Yeah.
so we created this bot where you go on and you basically know for certain who you're talking to because they've already been verified by our team. So, I mean, there's, over a dozen YouTubers, maybe 2 dozen YouTubers, all pretty well-known people on there, a lot of Telegram people. You also communicate and pay them through the bot. So there's
Let's
no
pause
more.
for 1 second. Let me interrupt you for 1 second. I apologize. I think we do have Scott Herman backstage, but I don't see his face. I see his name. Maybe he's got an issue with his camera. Let's see if we can bring him up. Scott, I'm going to bring you up if you're back there. I'm going to push the button. And then looks like we have somebody else, Crypto J. Let's bring him up. Maybe Scott.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Audio.
Hey, how you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Scott.
Here.
Yeah, sorry guys. I was out and about. It was an impromptu, but I wanted to jump in here as best as I could.
Okay, great. Yeah, thank you for joining us. And if you guys are wondering who we're talking to the dev team of Rolodex, and also Scott Herman. I believe he might promote or has promoted in the past. And then I'm not sure who Crypto J is, maybe another developer, and or maybe a YouTuber. I'm not sure. Apologize. But Max, you went through this and looked at some things. You have some questions. Oh, there's Scott. I think, yeah, here he comes. I think you might have some questions for Zach here or Scott or whoever wants to answer them.
Yeah, absolutely. So, first of all, thanks for joining us, Scott and Crypto J, and of course, nice meeting you, Zach. For those who are just joining us right now, you are live with Crypto Talk Now, the Max and Larry show. We just recently had Scott and Crypto J join us in regards to the hot topic, or AMA, 30-minute AMA with Rolodex. So currently speaking, not just today, it was more like a reflection, but also a few days ago, I looked more into Rolodex for myself. And, I think the thing that really stands out for you guys, of course, is it just seems like it's a really good utility, if anything, when it comes to being able to not just offer like premium features and whatnot, but I like the idea of, like what you guys mentioned, less people getting scammed. I mean, there's so many rug pulls out there and so on. And if you guys are basically making a utility to combat against that, not just from like rug pulls and whatnot, but also, from the perspective of, let's face it, Telegram, and so on. I'd like you guys to touch bases on that just real quick, but if you could, in a nutshell, like if you could just give like maybe a couple sentences for like a person who's just literally coming in to here right now, what stands out for Rolodex for a person that doesn't quite understand what this is all about? So whoever wants to answer that
I'll
first,
go
ahead.
Yeah, so basically what caught my eye the most and why I decided to onboard with the Rolodex team is because I've been involved in a lot of pre-sales. I've been involved in some good pre-sales where I've made a lot of money. I've been involved in pre-sales where I got my ass just completely handed to me just because I was not able to buy in. Like I just couldn't make it happen, And obviously getting in early is the way to make the most amount of money in crypto. As much as we love projects, at the end of the day, we're here because we want to be investors and we want to see a return on our profits. And we can still support projects that we truly like and take profits from them as they grow. That's the whole point of this game, right? So when I first met up with the Rolodex team, Zach and Tyler, what caught my eye was the whale loans. I'm not sure if you guys have spoken about this yet. When I jumped in here, I heard you guys were talking about the bot, which is great. That's great for devs. Devs looking to not get screwed over, right? Because devs can go on the bot, and if they reach out to, for example, me on the Rolodex bot, they know they're getting me or any other influencer or Twitter influencer or someone who can help them with CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, right? Like that's all there. But if you're in the whale tier for Rolodex, and you're able to start participating in these whale loans, where essentially you're putting money in, right, to help these projects launch. And then as soon as the project launches, you get paid back that initial investment right away. And then depending on what the project wants to do, you can either get a one-to-one in your investment. I see you have it right there. It's option 1. So let's say I put in 1 ETH into a project, the project launches. I get my 1 ETH back automatically. And then I get 1 ETH worth of tokens and they're vested for a month. So now you're creating nice whales that are obviously going to support and shield the project, through their own social channels because their tokens are vested for a month. So they're going to want to make sure that that project is doing extremely well. Or there's option 2 where maybe they don't want to do tokens at all. So what's going to happen is post-launch, 1% of new project tax is distributed to the whales for the lifetime of the project. So there's quite a few options for people who are looking to become true investors to work with projects coming out of the Rolodex and feel safe that they're going to at least get their initial back and still have some skin in the game. And that's number 1. Number 2, I love the liquidity locker. It's actually my second favorite thing that's happening here. A lot of these tokens, they do funny things with their liquidity. We've had tokens that have locked their liquidity for like 500 years, just to prove like we're locking it forever. It's like, well, shit, what if you need it? You ain't getting it back, right? So the liquidity locker, if you scroll down a few more slides on here, you can see it. Basically, the Rolodex team, there it is, and Zach can talk about this more. The Rolodex team is now in charge of that liquidity locker with a multi-sig. So let's say they need to launch a V2 or they need to do something along those lines. They can work directly with the Rolodex team to unlock that liquidity and make that happen. It's incredible.
Yeah, I'll jump in here. Scotty, thank you for going over the whale loans. And I don't know if you thought it was a good idea to mention, but I'll go ahead and jump in there. We actually have an AMA in the whale group. There's a private whale group that once you have 500,000 Rolodex tokens, you're invited into this private whale group that has access to all these features. We have our first whale loan candidate that is actually going through the process. Their team is coming into our whale group tomorrow to do the AMA and to move forward with that loan process. So we're super stoked on that. It's an incredibly strong project. And these whales are now having access to getting in at the ground floor and basically having their tokens for free once their ETH is given back. So
I actually want to just inject real quick in regards to that. What this kind of reminds me of, and by the way, shout out to Common Sense who actually pointed out this whale loan mechanism that you guys were talking about. But one thing that I was going to point out just real quick was, you know, it kind of reminds me of the concept of Patreon, except for you're doing it with, of course, your own, you know, token project in that regard, and you know, by having that own exclusive access, if you will, for the whale tank and so on. I think that could be really not just beneficial to that specific group of people, but if anything, great upside potential, if anything.
Totally. I mean, when projects start, the first question is, you know, who knows whale groups? Who can go drop this in? You know,
Yeah,
drop in some
exactly.
alpha to come get the whales. But what if you could already get the whales to then talk about it to their communities at the ground floor? And because it's locked for a month, that's a full month for them to then network within their own communities, within their own private groups about this project, because of course they want to come out on top, right? So it gives them the ability to go show the project, talk about the project, and then even invest more in the project to keep it pumping within that first month. Obviously, everyone in our whale group is incredibly respectful. And I mean, the communication is killer in our group, and everyone just has each other's back. So no one's really going to wreck any charts. But I mean, it's an incredible process. There's some things, you know, in the space where someone will lend money, right? And then they say, okay, here's your liquidity money, but I want it back double, you know, within the first couple of days. That person isn't invested whatsoever into the project after they get their money back, right? First off, you have to pay them double or triple or whatever it is, but then they're gone. Here you have the best type of people to be early investors into a project.
All right, yeah, that just totally, you know, straightforward, makes sense, you know, and whatnot. This other thing I saw right here, for instance, on the repayment options, I'm just looking at it from the perspective of, you know, somebody just recently came in here and so on. Actually, before we cover that, let's at least acknowledge the person that was covering whales earlier, which is Common Sense. He says hashtag RLDX. Thank you for the $50 super chat. But sorry about that. What I was gonna say is where it says option 2, whales receive initial investors back post launch, and 1% of the new project tax is distributed to the whales for the lifetime of their project. Can you just briefly cover or just, you know, go into detail about that real quick?
Yeah, of course. And I do want to say thank you to Common Sense. That guy is awesome. And he's been an incredible supporter of Rolodex for a long time. And him and I talk frequently. So thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Yeah, so option 2, Scotty covered option 1, which is basically a whale puts in 1 ETH, and then post-launch, they're paid back that same 1 ETH in addition to the tokens that are locked for 30 days. So option 2 is the same part initially, where the whale is paid back 1-to-1. So the whale gets their 1 ETH back. And then there is what we call the whale pool. So 1% of the tokenomics of the new project goes into the whale pool, and then it's distributed to all of the whales that invested in the project by the weight of how much they put in.
Okay.
So that's in case a project is completely against giving out any tokens. Or an additional example was a project that came to us that already had a massive pre-sale, and we wanted to protect our whales because then they would be getting their token after everyone else did, which kind of goes against the idea of why we're doing this. So we were discussing the tax option because that would generate a lot of taxes and then take care of the whales on their investment.
Okay, great. Also, I know that we're on this particular topic in regards to whales. I also realize that we're on limited time. I actually want to cover this other area. Again, I realize this is going now into phase 2. But I was going to state real quick is, you know, where it says 300 plus elite service providers using Rolodex. Could you just go in a little bit more detail in regards to maybe just throw us a few bones as far as like who, you know, some of those elite providers, like maybe, I don't know, throw out a handful in regards to that?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll fire off some YouTubers because that's a a section of the space that people have a really hard time getting a hold of because maybe they're not frequent on Telegram, and all the communication happens on Telegram. So, I mean, Scott mentioned you could hire Scott through the bot. You want to hire your pop through the bot, Adam Shelton through the bot, Rich Skies, Jake Crypto, Bleaves, Classy Crypto. Here's a bunch of YouTubers that are putting out content that may be hard to get a hold of, but they're all through the bot. I added Adam Shelton on the bot this last week, and someone messaged us and they're like, thank you for adding him. I just hired him. I wasn't able to get a contact with him recently. Payment went through completely fine. He received his video, and everything was great on that. So
sorry about that. I guess I got to lower the volume here.
No, you know what? Classy Crypto had the
Just
same
start, by the
issue
way.
with that when he was doing coverage for you guys on his video. I remember that. But anyway, so all right, okay, cool. That sounds great. Another thing I was going to point out though is, so for instance, from my own experience, maybe you guys have run into this as well. Patreon groups and so on. You end up paying that premium price, and then you think you're going to get all this premium content, and sometimes you don't hear squat from whoever for like 2 or 3 weeks, and it's like you're not getting much value from it. So from a person who's just come in here and they heard that tail end about
but
you're going to have access to
is not Patreon though. That's
I know it's not
totally
Patreon,
different.
but I know that. I'm saying though, it's just I'm making an analogy here. What I'm stating though is this: from this perspective, they go in here and they get that premium access to you, Scott, to Classic Crypto and so on. So my point is, in regards to Patreon, that was something in which is like people thought they're getting access to. I don't know. For instance,
No. You're using Telegram to hire influencers for a job. You're not paying to like join a group where like you have exclusive access, and like if you were to contact me on Rolodex bot, whether it's through YouTube or Twitter, have you guys not played with the Rolodex bot yet before this?
I haven't played with the Rolodex. I'll be honest, I haven't played with the bot. I just have been reading up about it beforehand and so on.
Yeah, so that's probably why you're a bit confused. If you use the Rolodex bot, what it's going to do
Well, I'm not confused on what the Telegram is all about. I want to state that, but okay, go ahead.
So you have not used the bot yet, right?
No, I haven't used the bot, but what's stating is like I've seen where it mentions the whole thing about Telegram. I was just saying, just having access to some of you guys and so on.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That's where the confusion lies is, you're using the bot to basically go through different menus that's going to allow you to, for example, if you go to Twitter, my name is on Twitter because I also post on Twitter to help tokens out with getting the word out, right? There's packages there. So like package 1 includes like 5 tweets and 1 Twitter space. Package 2 includes 10 tweets, 2 Twitter spaces. Maybe package 3 is 1 month of tweeting, 1 Twitter space every single week. So that's being used more for the token communities or project communities that are trying to get the word out versus, a Patreon, which is just, your subscribers essentially, or your followers on Twitter, subscribers on YouTube that are all coming there trying to talk to you and get like the next play or next thing you're going to talk about. So it's 2 very different things. So sorry, I wasn't trying to put you on the spot or anything.
No, that's fine. And I don't want to sound defensive about it. It's just my thing is, my own personal experience having access. I'm just trying to point out the value here.
Yeah, I don't believe in Patreon, by the way. I don't have one. Okay. Yeah.
And rightfully so. But, it's just having the access to somebody. Clearly, you're having the access here is the point I was trying to make.
Right. And I think it's really important to mention the Rolodex bot does not have a verification of tokens. So you're not paying, there's no verification of holding Rolodex to use the bot because it's so needed in the space that we created it regardless of if they're holding Rolodex or not. The premium features like the whale loans or the escrow locker or any of those things, those have verifications to use those services and to get in on the early projects. But the Rolodex bot, there's no verification.
Okay.
Can I ask you a quick question, Zach, about the tokenomics? Just out of curiosity, I didn't look at the contract or anything like that or run it through anything but just, because I figured you're here. Do you have the ability to change the fees as far as the taxes? Can you change,
yes.
The taxes? Is that something that you find beneficial? Are you able to change that, like, to encourage purchases and things like that?
Yeah, and we've discussed for certain times or happy hours or whatever it is, dropping taxes significantly and that whole thing. I mean,
Right.
recently with the market as it's been, it's it's been a lot of these people surviving, right? And how
Yeah.
do you do the next thing? And
Right.
I think it's also important to say to anyone listening, take time away from crypto. Right. Go
Yeah.
go
Go
outside and
for a walk. Go for a
Right.
walk.
Get outside and get some fresh air. Right. Get off
Ex-
don't stare at charts all day. Yeah.
exactly. Because I mean, I have
That's why I'm
people.
not bringing up any charts in this one because everybody's down. I understand how it
Right,
works.
right.
Yeah.
And these are the times where, I mean, you were talking about historic charts before, right? These are the times where
Right.
people accumulate. These are the times where people
Right.
build. These are the
Yep.
times where after these horrific, very small moments in history and time on the charts, we'll look back at this and say, wow, that was really rough, but we sure as hell made a lot of money from scooping up dips, or that team worked their ass off through hell and back during that really far low point to then come
Right.
out on the other side that much stronger. And I think it's important to say that regardless of what the chart is, regardless of where we're at in the market, we're continuing to build to bring awesome things to both the investors and the development teams, because on the other side of this, people are going to be a lot more careful with their money. And I think development teams are going to think twice before sending some random Telegram person who jumped in their chat, hey, give me an ETH for
Right.
lifetime calls. It's like, wait. Double check to make sure that's the right guy, right? Or
Well, yeah, that's right. It prevents the the impersonators, but I think you do have some strong utility. I like I definitely like what you have here. I think it's definitely needed in this space because there's people. What is this? Max? I can never say his right name. Max Maher or whatever. He people used his image and likeness and scammed $2 million out of people.
Wow.
It was an elaborate scam, and he went to the FBI. They didn't do anything. But let me ask you this: do you have any other plans down the road? I could look at your roadmap, but I'd like to talk to you. What are your plans down the road to add possibly any other types of features, enhancements, utilities, anything like that down the road that you want to share with us?
Yeah. There's quite a bit, and there's about 8 of them in that premium feature deck. By far, the one that's happening right now in this moment that's going to continue to build and get very, very big is the whale loans, which we already covered, which our first whale loan AMA is tomorrow for the whales. So definitely be sure to check that out. We're also doing all-star launches. So as more people build on the bot, there's about 100 providers on there right now, which is a good amount of people in the space to be readily available in a single location. We're going to be doing something called all-star launches, where the community has input to then say, who's the best developer right now? Who's the best lead of marketing? Who's the best designer? And then these people get together and launch a token off of Rolodex. And then in the tokenomics, there's a buyback and burn of Rolodex. And the people that are in different tiers are whitelisted or have a chance to get in early. So that's a huge one that's coming down the road. There's also going to be Rolodex NFTs that have special features and almost like an access pass. So there's a lot to unfold. There's a lot to unpack. And our team, we're working our butts off to continue to build during this time. So
good.
When things do turn around, we'll all be happy and we'll all be there together to use all of the utilities that we've created.
Well, you certainly have a strong influencer. I didn't know that Scott Herman was somebody that you had, so that's great. And that's my fault for not looking at deeper. So you got a good one here, right here. He's a good ambassador for you guys.
So I have a couple projects that I work more on the dev side on, right? And I get hit up all the time on Telegram from people who are saying like, hey, I love your project. As soon as I saw your project, I had to get on board, and and they try to smooge me and butter me up. And I love messing with them, right? I reply, I'm like, oh, that's great. What do you like best about my project? And they're like, the graphics are cool. I was like, oh, yeah, what else do you like? That's great. The graphics are awesome. Yeah. And like, it's just, you can just see how much bullshit devs deal with on a daily basis. I actually might make a video. I've been taking all of these people that I've been messing with, and putting them in a separate folder on Telegram labeled scammers, so I can do a fun video and just show, you know, what you go through with these people on there trying to just scam you at every dollar that you have. But you know,
I know it's a little off.
Like, hey, I can get you into the Chinese market. Like, all right, then do it.
Do it right. I know it's a little off topic, but don't the scammers that are in the comics for all, you know, the comments and all the YouTubers every freaking time. Can YouTube do something about the scammers that have your picture?
Dude,
here's Scott Herman. Contact me on WhatsApp. Yeah, Scott Herman doesn't have WhatsApp. He's not doing that.
Dude,
you know,
like I've been on YouTube for 11 years. They do not care, man. I just block them all the time. You know, I have my team like go in there and specifically just try to block them every single time they pop up. It's the only way to manage it.
Well, you think YouTube could do something, but they don't do anything. They could.
None of those
scammers, they don't care. They just want 55% of your income.
None of those scammers. None of those scammers have Scott's yellow glasses.
Yeah, there you go.
Dude, I need these, man. These are Gunner. You know, they protect against blue light. It's the only thing that keeps my brain from frying being in front of these screens all day.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's good though. This is needed in the space because you can, you know, it's not just about vetting somebody, right? You actually know it's really them because you could go. I mean, Telegram is a dangerous place, and I don't even like going on there. I really don't like going on there. I mean, 90% of the people are scams, or I don't even know if I'm dealing with a bot or who I'm talking to. But this is nice. This is needed. You know, this is a good utility.
I like when they're like, "Oh, I can 20x your token and introduce it to my Palestinian community." Somebody over the weekend, I was bored. I was like, "Great, do it. Introduce the token." They're like, well, you want to work with us?" I'm like, no, like if you can 20x the token, you should invest 10 grand and go shill it to your community, and make, you know, a couple $100 grand.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how it works. I'm like, I think it does work like that. Actually, it's DeFi.
Yeah, that's funny stuff. Well, this is good. I enjoyed.
You just can't care. You just gotta give right back to them.
I mean, this is good. This is what's wrong with crypto is there's just too many impersonators or scam artists. You know, you have to kind of navigate the water. So you have this, a new project comes in and they look at the Rolodex. They're like, all right, so I got this guy, Adam Sheldon. Okay, Scott Herman. Okay, you know, Ryan Patrick, whoever it is, Classic Crypto. I can see these guys and I know they're really who they are because Rolodex is saying this is, okay, these are the real guys. So I don't have to worry about getting lost in the jungle in Telegram.
Yeah, Larry, you're totally right. It's a sense of safety, right? It's a safety net knowing, you know, and this is what Zach likes to talk about a lot too. And I'm not sure if he said this before I jumped on, but like, you know, these projects, they have limited funds in their marketing wallet. And if they pay $10,000 to a fake Scott Herman thinking they just onboarded me for 3 months or something, you know, that's $10,000 that's gone. Now they have to squeeze that budget even tighter.
Yeah. And that could really hurt a small project. Maybe they only have like, you know, $30,000 to market, you know, or something like that in the beginning. Yeah.
You got to always make sure. I mean, and if you're watching this video, like, dude, like if you're going to be throwing that kind of money around, like get a photo of the person you're talking to holding a spoon or something, right? Like don't get catfished. My wife loves watching that show. And I'm like, man, these people are so dumb. Guy hasn't had a camera phone that worked for 3 years. Like, come on. You know, it's like, you convince yourself of your own bullshit.
It's crazy stuff.
I do want to mention to anyone that may be listening. I know that there's only about a minute and a half left, and I do want to say, Larry and Max, thank you both.
Go ahead. You don't have to rush. Go ahead. You got time.
Yeah, no problem. You're welcome.
Okay. All right. Well, I know I want to be respectful of your time as well. But I also want to put out there every single AMA I do, every single time I go on somewhere to that community. If there's anyone watching this that has questions or that was intrigued by the whale tier or by any of the features, hit me up. You could find me in the Telegram. You could message me outside, just like a direct message. If there's any questions or you guys just want to talk or hop on a call, I'm that kind of person. I make myself available for everyone in the community or everyone looking into the community.
Well, you got this. I like this feature here because one time I was on a live show because Common Sense, he's an OG here on the show. I know you talked to Common Sense. He's really pushing to get you guys on here. That's why you guys are here. But he was, you know, telling me. So I'm like, all right, for the first time I went on here, I chatted and somebody, boom, right away got back to me. So that was, you know, great. Whoever's monitoring this is great customer service, right? That's amazing. Right away. So you guys are very approachable. That's good.
You guys can reach me on DMs too. I mean, I've always been like that. Even my YouTube channel, my fitness channel, 2.6 million subscribers. You could reach me in a DM. Like a lot of people forget, especially influencers, how they got there and they just turn into pricks.
Right.
You can reach out to me. I mean, I'm probably still a bit of a prick, but I'll respond to you.
Scott, you're not a prick, man. I just,
I'm a Boston guy, I guess. So that's the excuse I give. But
no.
you know, like,
well, good luck on Thursday with the Celtics. I'll say that much. Yeah.
With the Celtics, yeah.
Yo, Thursday.
I watch anime, dude. You see my room? Come on.
No, I know. Well, you know, you Boston. I mean, come on, man. Diehard Celtics, diehard Red Sox fans. I mean, anyway.
Yeah. No, I watch zero sports. I can't stand it. I'd rather watch One Piece or Dragon Ball Z.
There you go. You're with my friend on that one.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's look real quick to see if we have any questions because I kind of ignored the comments. But I do want to thank again Common Sense. He donated, and he's been, you know, I guess he's got a strong position. He believes in you guys, so that's the reason why you guys are here, and we appreciate you guys both coming on. I'm not sure who Crypto J was. Maybe that's just a mistake. Crypto J.
Yeah, no,
this is the easiest AMA ever. I didn't have to talk at all.
Oh, okay.
Everyone else did.
Yeah, I was going to bring up literally that. Yeah,
sorry about that. Okay.
Was it shout out to Law Commission? He mentioned. Yeah,
that's Crypto Silent J.
Yeah, that's actually how we met because Jay had a Jay and Silent Bob avatar, and I love Jay and Silent Bob, and that's how we became friends. Literally.
Okay, cool. Well, welcome, Crypto J.
Glad to be here, man. I actually do talk, just not right now, apparently. Everyone else covered it, man. It was really easy. I'm here for support, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't know if the link was broken or not because I didn't see the your video, but I didn't know you were even there. Okay, so I appreciate you being here as well. It looks like there's not these gentlemen have been great to be here. They're approachable, they're transparent. If you guys have questions, direct message them. You go on their website, they have the chat feature there. They're very approachable. We do appreciate you guys coming on, spending the time. And Scott, we appreciate you popping on.
Yeah, of course, man. Part of the team.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So we'll say goodbye to you guys, and you guys can come back another time if you want to talk with us and share any type of updates.
Thanks, Larry. Thanks, Maximus.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
I appreciate you guys.
All right, get out there. Hey, go out there and hit the gym or get some exercise. Get away from the charts, right?
Yeah, exactly.
For CMC's case, there is no chart. They took away that chart on the front page.
Yeah. So, all right, man. You have a good one. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
All right.
See ya.
Take care. All right, cool. All right, so that was good. So we had a good question and answer session or AMA with the team. Zach there. We had Crypto J, and of course we had Scott Herman, which was a surprise because I didn't know that he was involved. So that's good. Now we know that they're in good hands with Scott Herman and I guess some other influencers. So good. So we learned more. That's the way we like to do it. I like to do things a little different. Max does the research, and I just like to sit there and talk to people because that's part of my research, and then I can go back and read. I like to read stuff. But I have been to their website. I don't know if you were there, Max. I think it was the 3:00 show when I was by myself, but Common Sense is like Rolodex.
See,
so
you guys got to keep in mind, I want to point out something real quick, and that is this. I mean, again, I know I was coming off very defensive with Scott, and I have nothing against him personally. I mean, we're all part of the space. I mean, there's going to be, maybe sometime in the future, again, somebody who's as Larry would say, top influencer is going to come on. But my point is this. I come from a background in crypto in which this is my attitude. Okay. So I'm bringing up, for instance, the Crypto Rolodex site. And I know we're going to get on a different topic here, but I do want to point this out real quick. So for instance, for me on my background, and maybe I should have mentioned this to, for instance, some of the devs that were just on, but for me, when it says contact your provider today and it says use the bot.
Yeah.
Just looking at it from an outside point of view, I don't click on that kind of stuff because to me, that says that's their main net. See, for me, I come from a background where there's a test net and there's the main net. Now, if it would have said, like, for instance, like test net, then I've been like, oh, okay, this is the test version. I'll click on that because I'm also the type of person in which I don't like connecting my wallet to sites that I have not You know what I mean? Like I'm not personally invested in this, so why would I
Mhm.
do that? Get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that is why I didn't personally test that out. So I just want to throw that out there. I hope, you know, for instance, like common sense, you weren't, you know, disappointed that I didn't test out that specific area of it. Those are the
Mhm.
reasons why, again, if I would have known that I could just tested it out, I definitely would have. So I do apologize for that, but that's just kind of like my background in regards to difference between test nets and main nets.
It's okay, man. I mean, you know, we're new to Rolodex. We're trying to understand what we're looking at here, and that's why it's nice to have the devs to explain things, further, so we can clarify stuff. Okay, so let's go into the comments because it was a little difficult to pick out things because I did want to be kind to our guests, and I like to look at people and talk with them, and be kind to them. So it's a little bit difficult to look at the comments, and it's hard for me to multitask because I want to be considerate to our guests. Okay, so we got
We also had what, four or total of 4 people on camera, one guy who wasn't, which was Crypto J. So I mean,
is
you know,
Crypto
there was,
J a
yeah.
YouTuber? Is
I
Crypto
have no
J
idea who he is.
okay? Maybe
Yeah.
we'll have to look him up. I think maybe he might be a YouTuber. I'm not sure, but yeah. So he was. It was nice. Too bad we didn't get him more involved in the conversation. I actually thought he was not really there because I thought maybe his link was broken, but I think he was just on mute. Okay, so cool. Well, he can come back anytime and talk. All right. So hey, common sense. Let's see what we got here. If you can be in crypto, I'm all in. Okay, so look, so here's some other stuff. I'm all in on DOT and KDA going to play with Luna Classic and Luna. Big time treat. Web 3.0 is the future. Black Ranger Airsoft. I think the real dump is tomorrow. Buying Solana and COMP under $20. Well, it's just a weird. Look at this HNT. That's up 30% today. Craziness.
Yeah, but still, it's under $10. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
just the whole. That's the way it is with all of this, right? Like, again, like you pointed out earlier, it can't stay red forever. Just like this ain't going to stay green forever. You know what
Right.
I mean? That's why they have the expression, is the market really in a bull run? And what is a bull run? Well, bull run is going to be at least 7 to 10 days. And it's literally just that 7 to 10 days of solid green. You know what I mean? Not what we've been seeing. So, for
Right.
instance, CRO, that's probably back up to like what, 12, 13 cents. Zillico is probably back up to what, 4 cents. Um, I was so tempted to get into Hex, believe it or not, today at 3 cents, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wait it out a little bit more. And if it ends up costing me a couple cents, I live with that. So
Yeah, yeah. Bitcoin's still around 22. Let's see here. Fedora, welcome back. It's green because everything was just so red. Yeah, things were getting beat up for a couple days. So, like I said, we're closer to the bottom than we are to the top. That's just something that I feel strongly about. But so it could be something where you might want to consider dollar cost averaging into your cryptos that you believe in, coins, tokens, micro caps, mid caps, large caps, whatever you're looking at. But or not, or you could be like me, a little bit, stubborn, wanting to wait to see if we can squeeze out a little bit more, get a little lower on some of these things. Michael Cornwell, Web 5.
yeah,
Web 5.0. What's that?
he's joking. Obviously, it's
Oh,
kind of like, remember those old commercials back in, was it 2007? It shows the guy, he's sending a text on what is it on 3.0 or on 3G on his phone.
yeah.
He's got 3G, and everybody got, like you would say, the TPS report, like they got it like instantaneously. But he's
Mhm.
on 3G, so he's just getting it like 2 hours later. It's the same concept. So it's like, obviously we're talking about Web 3. Michael Cornwell saying Web 5.0 we're already in play. Those dudes laughing at Web 3. Well, it's just that. I mean, no one really knows what that's going to be. I guess you could say maybe a hologram or something, right? So there you go.
Okay, so big time treat. Web 3.0 is the future. And again, thank you, Common Sense, for the donation. Common Sense pretty much we'll call him the sponsor of Rolodex's appearance because he really, really, really likes Rolodex. And that's great. It's good to like things and be an advocate. If they need more people like Common Sense. If every project had somebody like Common Sense invested in them, they'd do well in the long term. So
Right.
that's great that he likes that. Okay, so let's see. They explained the wealth here. Legrand Commission, welcome back. Hello, everyone. Fedora, 3% of that tax-free transaction goes to marketing. Too many good projects at a discount. I'll pass on this. Okay. Let's see. Common sense wealth
And
here.
back to what you're saying, if we had a little more time, there was some other things I wanted to point out. Like for instance, you know, I wanted them to just kind of briefly go over maybe just a little bit of the contract, if they could, if we had more time for that. And then the other thing I wanted to mention was, you know, like maybe common sense knows about this. I don't know, but like for instance, that Binance smart contract address, like, is that an actual thing or is this not an actual thing? Because if it's an actual thing, like we need to look more into it. But nonetheless, I mean, they do show their faces. They're very passionate about it. Heck, he has Scott Herman on here. So, but you know, I get it with the taxes, being able to change that on the fly. Yes, what's his name just mentioned that, you know, when they want to get back to the community, they're gonna drop that. For instance, like I imagine like at Christmas time, for instance, Shinja did that, right? Remember when Cliff mentioned that, you know, they're gonna as a Christmas present, they're gonna drop the taxes significantly. And
Right.
it did help as far as price action, like, you know, but also that was during the time where everything was still bullish. But again, you know, for a person like himself who just commented stating he'll pass on that one, I get it. I totally get that. Like that, those things are little things that are not appealing. So, you know, at the end of the day, we do got to give constructive criticism in light of those particular things.
That's good. Yeah. Well, yeah, being able to modify the tax can go both ways. I do like the idea of it being an incentive when they lower it to, you know, especially times like this, because now's the time. Now's
Yes,
the
I agree
time,
with
like
that. Yeah.
now's the time to get some stuff that you believe in. I'm not saying drop $50,000 into one project and do it all at the same time, but you know, ease into things is good. So Ricky says, I'm lost. He's lost. He's got Cartman. Cartman, does he doesn't even know about Cartman. I don't think Ricky was ever here when you did Cartman, does he? Is Cartman here?
I think he's
Can
been
you
around
help Ricky? Ricky's lost. Cartman wants to know. Patches is standing up. He's itching himself. Patches is not very flattering. It's not a very flattering view, Patches. Turn around, turn yourself around. All right, so let me see your beautiful face, Patches. Everybody likes like
that is not his that shot is not his beautiful face.
Does Cartman want to say? Does Cartman want to say hello to Ricky?
What he would say basically, dude, Maximus, you were on live with Scott Herman and like you were really defensive.
Shut the hell up, Kyle. If Maximus wants to be freaking defensive with Scott Herman, he's gonna do it right now.
Moon Force General, before the dump or after the dump of the market, loans scary. Yeah, well, that's Moon Force General. Scott got the looks, the guns, the IQ, quirkiness, money, but scammers everywhere. Legrand Commission, only 2,800 to get whale tier. Okay, Legrand Commission, you guys don't let Crypto J talk. Well, it's not that I wouldn't let him talk. You know, I don't know how to bring him into the conversation. I guess
Scott Herman wouldn't let him talk. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
I could have said, what do you think, Crypto J? But I wasn't really sure if he was, you know, I didn't even know if he was connected properly. So I would love to have anybody can come on here and talk. Look, the president of the United States, if he wants to come on here, I'll talk to him. Like there's not anybody that I'm scared to talk to. So it's nothing like that. So yeah, anybody can come here. All right. Michael Cornwell says supposed to be silent, Bob, not silent Jay.
Exactly. Jay is silent, Bob strike back, not turn the other way around where it's, you know, what's his name? And Richard Pryor, hear no evil, see no evil, right? Like what the heck?
Tim Shea, thanks. Michael Cornwell, Silent J, and Crypto Bob.
There you go. Hey, you know what? That might be a new thing, huh? Welcome to Crypto Talk Now with Silent J and Crypto Bob. Anyway.
Cool Cat Crypto. He's going to throw you down a hole. Look, you don't want to mess with Cool Cat Crypto. Don't bite. Look, don't bite Cool Cat Crypto's hand. He's going to feed you. Don't bite the hand that feeds you because he's going to give you his cat and he's going to throw you down a black hole. You're never going to be seen again. You're going to turn into War Cat Crypto.
His avatar of the flames coming through on the cat, that looks really cool. So shout out to you.
Common sense. I will let you know how the whale loan goes tomorrow. Okay. Going to give us an update.
Hold on real quick. Back to what La Grand Commission was saying. You don't have to go back to the comment, but I do remember you saying the 2,800, I guess is a starter tier for whale tier. I mean, from a person that just like, for instance, if you're the type of guy in which the most you could throw out a project is like 1,000 or 500 and so on. Yeah, that sounds like, man, that's a lot. in reality, it's not a lot compared to like what is really considered, whale activity, where a whale throws like 100,000 ETH into like a top 100 project, or heck, over 1 million. This $2,800 whale tier, that is nothing to qualify to become a whale. So I just want to point that out. Like, that is really low ball. I mean, when you say that's safe to say, Larry,
Yeah.
very low. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 2,800 is not a lot to get in to be a whale. Legrand Commission. All right, sorry, we already read that one. Okay, coming down. Michael Cornwell, you a whale? RLDX. Oh yeah, he's a whale. Common sense. I want Maximus, not a yes man. Common sense, Michael. Yes. Cody Core. I'm calling it tomorrow after the Fed announcement. Market will temporarily tank. Then the new bull run starts. Okay.
Just back to that other comment. Yeah, I mean, I'm never going to be a yes man. I'm not a yes man to Larry. I'm not a yes man to anybody. I mean, I agree to disagree. And again, I get it. I was, defensive when it comes to Scott Herman. So I had nothing personally against him or anything like that. But just, anyway.
Common sense. I believe the whale loan getting free tokens to projects. Okay. Tim Shea, I like the idea of it. See how it goes. How is USTC up? Really? Let's see.
Yeah, I haven't looked
I don't
into that
know.
yet.
That's weird. Because people are pumping the hell out of it up and down. They're day trading. These guys are sitting there with their bots. And you know what? You know how you can tell they're traders? They got these Coke bottle glasses. Is that even a term anymore? They got these really thick glasses and they just sit there. These nerds. These technical analysis nerds are sitting there all freaking day and they're making
I'm
millions
technically a
of dollars.
nerd.
But
I'm a nerd.
they're bots too.
I'll be honest. I'm a proud nerd. I am a freaking nerd. You don't want to know why I'm a nerd? Look at my background for one. I'm a gamer, and don't let anybody tell you if they're a gamer that they're not a nerd. Because if they're a gamer, they're a nerd. If they're into computer games, they're a nerd. If they own a computer and super into that computer, they're a nerd. Vin Diesel,
You're not a technical analysis nerd.
Yeah, but you want to know something? Vin Diesel is one of the top nerds out there. You're like, what? Vin Diesel? No way. Yeah, he is. He owns a gaming studio, for crying out loud. The guy's like a bigger nerd than you would ever think. I kid you not. Look it up.
Go sit down, Patches. I got to let my dog out. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. All right, so looking at this, Common Sense says, my 5 ETH, I will get back and 5 free ETH worth of a project tokens. Using my ETH to make money and keeping my ETH. All right. That's good to hear. That almost sounded like a rap, but I like that. Anyway, I'm actually going to look at USTC just real quick since Tim Shea mentioned that. It's not up significantly. I mean, it's 3%. But see where you're coming from in regards to that. So let me see if I can pull up any more comments. I'm going to read all of them. Shout out to 100 XP, please. Hello, salute to Crypto Talk now. Sup, Common Sense. All right, let's see here. Cody Core says, "Oh, I'm sorry. What's up, everyone?" Andrew says, "Oh my God, stop with Scott Herman. LO, we heard you." Okay, fair enough. All right, so guys, just real quick. Oh, it looks like Larry is back.
Okay. So let's go fast forward to. All right, Michael Cornwell. You're a nerd. That's what he's saying. Okay, so thank you. He's a nerd. They're nerds. Tim Shea, that's good. It's good to be nerds. Nerds are smart, right? That's what they mean. I know. I just don't get it. There's nothing to UST anymore. Yeah. Well, you know what? These guys are smart guys. These guys are coming in here. Look, you don't have to have utility to make money. There's nothing left, right? It's just a shadow of itself. It doesn't peg to anything. It's just used as a vehicle to make money right now. That's what these guys are doing. These guys are smart guys. Whoever's doing this is making money, right? That's what they're doing. Okay, so good. So here we are. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to let you have the last word, Max, and we're going to wrap things up because we had a good AMA with everybody here at Rolodex. We talked a little bit about the market. We have a lot of things to talk about going forward, but I just think that we are closer to a bottom. That's the theme of today's show, other than Rolodex, is that we're closer to the bottom than we are to the top. Look at some of the projects closely that you believe in and consider the possibility of dollar cost averaging into them. Whether it's a micro cap, can be a meme token, can be a community-based project, can be like Bitcoin. Look at something and say to yourself, is this worth getting into? Because now could be a chance to load up on things that can make you money in, a few weeks, a couple years, 5 years. This is the time to accumulate, not to sell and panic. So what do you want to say to wrap it up, Max? Any final words overall?
Yeah, like Larry said, it isn't a time to panic or anything like that. And if anything, I mean, I understand that the main thing that stands out as far as Rolodex, at least from my takeaway, is from the perspective of whale investing. You may feel as though that this particular project is the one you want to, throw like 10 grand into, 15 grand, or whatever it is you're going to be throwing into it to see significant upside potential. But like anything, like I've always said, do more of your own research. You absolutely have to. They do have, for instance, a white paper. It's in the form of a PDF. Make sure you look into that a little bit more before you get into this. A couple things that I'm going to personally look more into is this Binance smart contract. Again, I got to look more into it because, I mean, it's kind of alarming on that. But on the other one, for the Ethereum side, it's just a few things, of course, that they address, but it's just, just things like the contract analysis and the liquidity. I know that they mentioned the whole thing with the liquidity going to the locker and so on. And of course, Scott mentioned that as well. But nonetheless, guys, yeah, we're going to be going ahead and shutting this down here shortly. Looking forward to tomorrow's show. Watch out for some recorded videos. And of course, when Larry gets a chance, he's going to go ahead and put those out. But, a few hot topics like Shibarium, obviously Luna Classic and all that. So back to you, Larry.
And thank you so much. But don't forget to tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Is tomorrow Wednesday, by the way? Yes, tomorrow's Wednesday. So 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in because Maria will be joining me tomorrow on the show at 3 p.m. And of course, this show, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh my gosh.
For the Max and Larry show.
Oh my gosh, Larry. Enough about Maria. We heard you about Maria. Oh,
all right, guys. Have a good evening. Thank you.
Take it easy.